Hello, hello.
Hi, spooky intro. Love it. Love it.
I know. How's everyone doing? I see a couple of you is already in the audience.
Yeah, everybody's popping in to say
I
hello.
know, I know. Hi, Pomp. Hi, Just Cheesa.
Oops, sorry. Let's
Where
fix
did I go? It's just me.
Yeah, you got to hold on a second.
So how's everybody doing? So here where I am, we are expecting a good amount of snow here, 6 to 8 inches. So I'm not looking forward to that.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulty.
Here she is. Here she is. And Laura, you're expecting snow as well, right?
Yes, we are. And we're 3 to 4, 4 to 6. I don't think they can make up their minds.
Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. It is. I'm all done with the winter.
Yeah, me too. I'm so over it.
Yeah. But then I complain about the summer being too hot. So I can never win. I should just move somewhere that's like 60 to like 62 degrees. And then I'll be good.
Yeah. Well, when you find that place, let us know. I don't. I haven't found it yet. I look at it this way: summertime, at least you can go swimming, and cool off.
That's true.
The winter is just too cold. I don't want to go out there.
You could do a what is it? What Iceland does? They take They take really cold baths, ice baths.
Right.
So you could do that.
Yeah.
Supposedly you feel so much better and you actually feel warmer after that.
Yeah, we'll just believe that. I'm not gonna try it.
A
little too drastic for me. So what have you been up to there, miss?
Not much, but you know what? My lip is not getting any better.
Really?
It's all like now I have like this huge lump and I'm having it rechecked on Tuesday, but they may have to do a surgery to take whatever it is out of there. And then I may have to get, or maybe, but then I'm thinking if they have to reconstruct my lip, I could just get bigger lips.
Yeah, get them big movie star lips.
Yeah. Get like the Angelina Jolie or like.
I don't know if you want to go that big.
Well, yeah. That's
you want it to match your face. You don't want to look like a plunger.
Or those snow tubes that are like.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to look like a sucker fish that's stuck on the tank.
I know, or not even feel your lips like you're drooling out of the corner of your mouth. Won't look pretty. But there's my chance. There's my chance to get bigger lips if I need to.
Yeah, might work.
Yeah. I tell you, what's new with you? Anything?
Oh, just trying to survive this weather and getting things moved around. I'm excited about getting the new studio set up. And I believe it or not, I still have Christmas stuff I got to put away. So I've been working on that little at a time, because I really like to decorate for that holiday. So I've got a lot to put away.
I really do.
There's no volunteers. They all just take off on me. So
I absolutely love, believe it or not, twinkle lights. So no matter what holiday it is, like for the winter, I have twinkle lights around like bark and like tree branches, things like that. Right. And I have that like around my windows. Like for the spring, I wrap it around like fake flowers and things like that. So I always like twinkle lights, believe it or not.
Well, it just brings a little bit of cheerfulness into the house.
Yeah.
I was joking with my husband yesterday. I said, well, why don't I just leave everything up until next year? Gives me a jump, but no, I couldn't stand it. It would drive me nuts. So I got to take it down.
So my friend from Shane from the Ravens Paranormal, he gave me a good recipe. So it's called actually Dracula's Kiss.
Oh.
I'm waiting for Dracula to come around, but I guess. So anyways, it's Coca-Cola. It's I didn't have red berry liquor, so I used blackberry liquor instead, and cherry vodka.
Nice.
But you know what was so funny is I was shaking in the cocktail thing, the shaker, and absolutely it exploded. I didn't realize of this the Coca-Cola
carbonation, right?
So I was like, "Woo!
It blew right out all over.
Blew right out, but
Nice.
I'm good now. I'm halfway there, so I'm good now. But anyways, without further ado, let's bring on our guest. So
Yes.
we have with us the pleasure of bringing on Victor Santiago and Denise Pons. Victor, we actually connected through Facebook about a little over a year now. He's an awesome person. He's talented. He's an actor. He's the host of the Dawn Vic Show.
Keep going.
And keep going on and on and on. And he went on his first paranormal investigation with me. And that was, if anybody wants to see that, it's actually on my channel. It was from the Murdoch Whitney house.
Nice.
We had a great time. And actually, Victor is very true. I mean, meeting him in person is just like I expected it. Really.
Great,
so we had a great time. And Denise, I actually connected with her.
We can't leave out the sexy bald head. Don't leave out the
I know, and the sexy bald head. Yes. I cannot. I don't know how he looks with hair, to be honest. But maybe a redheaded. I don't know.
Oh. That'd be shock, huh?
With the little red goatee. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a look for you, Victor. I don't know. You should try it. But I met Denise, I would say about a year ago. Also, with another film that she is hopefully to bring out soon. Victor's involved with that as well. And, Denise is I love her personality because she's very to the point, but she's a loving woman and I absolutely love her. So we've been chit-chatting regularly, and I'm all for this new upcoming film that we're all going to talk about that's they're going to bring to life. So without further ado, let's bring them on. So we have Denise and Victor. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Dying to see Victor with red hair and a goatee now.
I know, and the goatee.
I knew Denise had something to say about that one. Red hair, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can pull it off. No,
not the red hair. I'm sorry.
What, blonde?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
Well, Sean says a mohawk.
A mohawk. Yeah, that'll work, Sean. Thanks, Sean.
Of course, Sean has to comment.
It keeps us interesting.
I know, huh?
I tell you, I can win.
Can't win at all.
Can't win.
Never will.
So let's first just get a little bit of an intro from each of you. Victor, you can start. Tell us about you.
What don't you know about me? Well,
everything.
Everyone knows I am a talk show host. The Dawn Vic Show. I am the CEO, founder of the show. I also am an actor, an award winner as well, and I am now partnered up with Denise in this great production team that she's putting together. And I've also done a few movies.
Wonderful.
Right. Thank you.
Victor is a very talented individual. Don't let him fool you.
Mm-hmm.
He's
There's more going on.
To gab. He is extroverted, and I am I call myself a social introvert. I love people. I love talking to people, but I also really, 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 really like to just stay to me. So he's got the gift of gab, and I let him do it, and it just works out perfectly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. So I mean, it makes for a great team. He goes out there and he talks, and he's an amazing actor, and knows how to cut to the point to where, like you said, I'm a very blunt and upfront person. And sometimes I speak words and they don't come out the way that I intend them to be. And Victor's just got this flair to where he can just make it sound good no matter what it is.
Thank you. That's a lot. That's a lot of practice to that. Being on the show for 7 years now, it takes time to get to talk to people and get that energy from different individuals. And because everyone's different, right? Everyone's different, so you got to kind of like feel the vibes and feel their energy and see how you're going to approach that person, because every interview, even though it's an interview, it's always different, because everyone's different. So you have to approach every individual, every guest that comes to your show in a different manner. So I try to feed off their vibes, see how their movement, how their energy is, and that's how I interact with them. So it takes time to be able to do that, and to really like get them to open up. I got people that come on my show, they're really quiet, and 15-20 minutes into the show, I got to turn the show off so they can shut up.
Right. Well, yeah, you get into the point where they're comfortable. So
yeah, I got you only got a half hour. You want to go 2 hours?
I know. And Victor's show doesn't only last an hour. That's the minimum amount of time.
He is very, very, very good. My first interview ever was with Victor, and that's how I met him. And I was so nervous. I was so nervous I wanted to throw up. And by the end of it, I was completely comfortable.
Right.
It's good.
So
it's like kicking back with an old friend. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Definitely. So Denise, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh goodness. I'm really not a very interesting person. Thanks, buddy. I love you too.
Oh, only kidding.
Oh boy.
Let's hear. I've been writing since and creating stories since I was in the third grade. I am now 50 years old. Goodness. And that's about what I do. I love movies and I love writing, and I go to work, and I was raised an Army brat, and that really brought about a lot of inspiration. And it really drew me into the Gothic type culture of legends and myths, and the supernatural is kind of where my heart exists anymore. I write many different genres, but dark and spooky is my vibe, and that's where I like to live.
And by the way, she is a phenomenal writer. She doesn't like to say it, but I say it because I read some of her stuff, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with her, because when she did Pagan, and Victoria knows, because Victoria's doing part of that too as well. I read it, and it was well written, good story, and I was like, wow, this woman can really write. And so then she sent me some other stuff that she had, and I just read it, and I was like, wow, really talented, and I said to her, because it's when you're a writer, right? When you get a book or you writing a film off a book, you got all the information there, so it makes it easier for you to build the story, right? But when you are a creator, when you're making up characters, when you're making up stories, locations, it's much difficult, because you have to keep that in your mind, and as you go, you got to keep making up stories. So Denise has that, and so that's what makes her phenomenal at what she does, that she can do that, and that's kind of where I fit in as well. I'm kind of like a storyteller. I can make up stuff out of my head and turn it into a story.
I was about to call you out on that. I'm glad that you brought that up. I was about to say, I'm lost without Victor a lot of the times, because we're also working on a concept and a story that he created, and we've had to put it on the back burner while we start getting production ready for this one.
Right.
But I'll call him, and we'll sit there and we'll go back and forth and kind of brainstorm. And it's really going to be good. The idea that he came up with, the concept, and where we're going with it is really, really, really intriguing. But we've got like 4 projects that's kind of, it's all starting to line up. And everything's on hold right now while we start getting production set up for this one and start the fundraiser. So yeah.
Yeah,
he's amazing. I love him to death.
Yeah, and the good thing about her and I connecting is that we have good communication, and I think that's very important when you're partnering up with anyone in general. to create a project is the communication, and I think her and I have a great communication. We agree to things. If I don't agree to something and she does, then I'll tell her why I don't agree to it. She sees my point, then she tells me why she agreed to it, and I see her point, and then we meet at the middle, and it's either going to be yes or it's going to be no. And I think that's very, very important. We don't bump heads in what we do. We come to the final conclusion of what we're going to do and what's going to be next. And I think that's very, very, very important in partnership.
Yeah. And there's I've started a new job and he's kind of started a new job. And so there's been that disconnect. But the good thing is that, and I'll message you, are you mad at me? I haven't talked to you in 4 hours. No. But I mean, when we get the chance to really sit down and talk, it's like we've never lost touch.
Right.
And if there's something important, we make sure that we get right back to each other. But I mean, we've got a great friendship and a great business partnership, and we're just trucking along and moving on forward. And this one right here, he's actually, once we get the money, the fundraising together to actually start filming, I'm going to make him come down for a couple of weeks so that we can hang. And then the next one is all him come production time.
Nice.
Yeah.
No pressure or anything.
And that's fantastic. So if everybody doesn't know, what we are talking about is the new film that they're working on called Vampires Vendetta. So Denise, where did the story come from? How did you think of that story?
Well, the story actually comes from the small area I live in. So, I told you I was raised an Army brat. I am now a country bumpkin. I'm a little country girl. And I live in a small town in Missouri. And right around this area, there's actually, I keep calling it an urban legend, but it's not necessarily an urban legend. It's based in fact about a miner. He worked in the lead mines back in the early 1900s. And a whole bunch of the children in the town started dying. And I just don't want to give a whole lot away. But the townspeople accused him of being a vampire because he was albino, only went out at night, and he was unfortunately lynched and hung as a vampire, accused of killing all these kids. And his grave is in an abandoned cemetery on private property. And so the story always intrigued me because I, for one, I believe in most things that I hear about because I am never going to be so ignorant to say something does not exist, because stories and legends come from somewhere. I don't necessarily think that this gentleman was a vampire because I don't think a vampire would be that stupid, as to live within a community and kill all of their kids and to the point to where they come and lynched him. But vampires, werewolves, yeah, you never know what goes bump in the night and what's real. So I took this story and it's been kind of in the back of my head. How do I want to do this? Do I want to make it horror? Do I want to, I'm not graphic. But then I talked to Victor, and I'm a huge lover of all things Scooby-Doo and Stranger Things and Goosebumps and Supernatural, and we decided that it would really make a really good family themed film, because kids and parents don't have a lot to really enjoy together. And it would just kind of be that old school Scooby-Doo Goosebumps feel brought in with a good mindset for kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's a very good story, put together and stuff. And
many creative liberties taken.
Right. And it's going to be a great, once we get it up running and we get to at least shoot the teasers to give people an idea of what's coming. I think people are going to jump ship because it's easy to talk about it, right, and visualize it, but when you actually see it, see things moving accordingly to what we're putting together as a story, and people can see it, then things change.
Yeah.
And that's where we at now. We want to expose the story, with the teaser first, and show people, what the story's about, how talented Denise is when she grabs that pen and paper and put things down, um, and people can visually see it.
Oh, I'm so excited. The guy that we have playing the role of the vampire, he's not a big name, but
Mhm.
I will tell you that he is a character actor. He will be the Johnny Depp of his generation. That is how good this guy is. Um, the only thing that I'm waiting for now is to get this website up that I've been working on for like 2 months.
Mhm.
But I'm probably going to just start setting up the fundraiser so that we can start getting it going, and then just try to incorporate the website if I ever figure out how to do it. Um, I have one page completed, started the second page, and I have not deleted the first page on accident now. So we're making progress.
Day at a
But
time.
it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. I think kids are really going to love it.
Mhm.
Families are going to love it. And the main goal of this, and Victor is the one that really made the push for us to go ahead and make it, because I kept going back and forth,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that we really wanted to make a film for kids and family.
Mhm.
And I wanted to originally sell it. And I've worked with pediatrics, and have heard so many horror stories about the way child actors are treated, the
Mhm.
things that they face, and my heart just couldn't. But it's a story I wanted told. And he said, Denise, why don't you make it? Let's just make it. Let's put this one to the side, and let's make this our debut film.
Mhm.
And we will add all the extra money to take all the extra security measures that we need to take to make sure that these kids thrive, have what they need, and that they're safe and protected. And so that's the goal.
Right. And I think that it was a great choice. This was a great choice because originally we were gonna start with my project, right? Which
Mhm.
which which is a gangster film. But I think, and Denise was like, I wanna sell this project, blah blah. And I was like, why not shoot it? And she was like,
Mhm.
no, no, I want to sell it. And when she finally said, Vic, I want to shoot it, I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. Right. And I think things happen for a reason in life, right? Because I think this was the better choice, knowing that this is a new production. This is going to be the first film. And I think this is the right film to put out first to open doors for the rest of the stuff that we got going on. Kind of to be the lead project to open up doors for the other projects that we have. I
Mhm.
think this is the best choice that we've made, um, with this film, Vampire Vendetta, because it is a child's movie, and it's an adult movie as well, for kids and moms. And I think that area where Denise said that, um, we're kind of lost in that. You know what I mean? We don't really see those type of films anymore. It'll be a way to bringing that back, with this amazing story. And I know people are gonna love it. And if it hit theaters, I think it's gonna do very, very well.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. It sounds amazing, and I honestly can't wait. But what I want to ask, and maybe a lot of people don't know, a lot of people may think that it's just as easy as just picking cast members and just going out and
Oh,
filming.
no.
What exactly is involved in putting this all together?
Denise can tell you.
Oh, girl. So I've taken in order to kind of, I really wanted to learn every aspect of filming, and not really, when you don't have a name, or very much behind you, there are a lot of doors that are closed as a filmmaker. You can beat and beat and beat on them doors, but nobody's going to answer. So I took on the role of executive producer. I have a director from around the area. His name is Stephen Province. Um, and we started building a budget. So the first thing you got to do, and the budget is still, it's just about done. Um, and you have to find these templates, and we're talking pages upon pages upon pages from not just your actors, but you have to, like, we have kids, we're filming in the woods, you have to incorporate everything from rubber boots to socks to safety measures to teachers and pediatric nurses, and that's just
The,
one
the, the
little
tip, the
little
tip of the
bit.
iceberg. The tip of the iceberg.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So then, we get the budget, and as we go through the script, so you sit there and you write your script, and you write your script with your full imaginative capabilities. I mean, you put in things that are going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars because you want the actual vision. And then you go back over the scripts like, okay, so budget time. Where can we save money? What can we do? How do we tie it together? So you start doing all of that. So we've gotten most of that done, and now we're going to start the fundraising we then get the money, we have a professional poster made, we will get the trailer made, we will pay for a professional budget, so that our numbers are more in correlation to industry standard in case we forget anything. And then when we go to present it to investors or product placement, um, it gives a more accurate representation, because you would always rather ask for more money than come back and say, hey, I made an error, I need a little bit more money. You don't ever want to do that. It
Right.
really, it reflects bad. And so along with that money, we'll get a marketing package and a business plan done. And then all of that gets submitted to people. And if it's not professional, you shot yourself in the foot. You basically get one chance. And so that's why making a movie takes so much time. The pre-production process, there's some people that have been pre-production for 2 to 5 years, if not more, just trying to get everything lined up to get your money. And there's a lot of people that, and you also have to watch out for scams. On this side of the industry is where you get a lot of your scams. There's a lot of people that prey on people's dreams. And when you're the people that come on board after the money and during filming, you're not necessarily seeing that side of it. You're not seeing the headaches. You're not seeing the contracts, the legalities, the people saying, hey, give me $8,000 and I can do all this for you. And then you know what? You're out $8,000 because you believed in somebody.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a long process, and we're doing it smart and we're doing it right. So I think first phase, we need about, what we figure, 15 to 20 grand to get the teaser made and get all the professional things that we made so that we can get an investor, get product placement. And once we get that, we're ready to film.
Yeah. And I think I want to add to it. So besides the acting, like Victoria said, it's not just going there, reading a script, going on set and doing your line. If that's what you do, then that's what you do. But for Denise and myself, it's different. We have to find location. We have to find investors. We have to put a budget together. We have to make sure that the paperwork is correct. We have to talk to actors. We have to have additions. It's so much stuff behind the scene that people don't know that
Yeah.
that goes on to make a project happen. So and that's a process for her and I, because for me, being an actor, looking from the just acting, going into the back scene of it, which is the production side of it, it's a little much more than what I thought. But being on set, I knew I knew a little bit of it because I've been behind the scene, but the business part of it's like really really hard, and you have to pay attention to what's going on, because it's a lot of work, a lot of contracts, a lot of signing, a lot of a lot of connecting with people, and a lot of communication and stuff to get a project going. And because it is our first project, like she said, it's hard for people to open doors because we have no trail of work.
Yep.
But what we do have is right. What we do have is a great cast and definitely a great story. So there's a pitch that has to be pitched, which Denise will put that together, and you know, it has to be a great pitch, because these people, you know, she said you got to come professionally to these people. Any little thing that they don't like, they can say, no, we're not interested. So you have to make sure that your package is well done, everything's well put together. So when you go present yourself as a company, as a team, as a production, they say, you know what, these people know what they're doing. They got the paperwork right. Okay, now, um, and then questions start to come up, and that's the business side that people don't know, because these people are going to be like, well, okay, how much you asking for? An example, we want $1 million. Okay, so how are we going to get our million back? These questions are on the table, so you have to prepare yourself, not just paper wise, but mentally, to be able to talk to these people and ensure them that, okay, we're getting to 1 million, but this is what we're looking at the back end of all this, if it goes correctly, if it's promoted right, if it's marketed right, because that's the key to this thing: promotion and marketing. A lot of the money goes to that, because that's what makes the film, you're putting it out there, people are seeing it, you're marketing it in the right places, you're promoting it on podcasts like we're doing now, and it's going out, and people are knowing about it, and then it goes from there.
And $1 million is, in the world of film, anything under $2 million is considered a low budget film, because all of the little $20 here, $20 there, 200 there, it really, really adds up, and legal fees, trademarks, copyrights, and just everything else. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you, is about all the legals that you have to put up with, all the contracts and all the bases
we're not
covered.
even at contracts. We're not even at contracts yet. Right. I mean, we negotiated, with our actors and everybody else, so that we could put the appropriate amount in the budget. But yeah, you're right. When it comes down to contracts, you have to make sure that if you don't show up on set, you don't get paid, or we are going to require everybody, because we're working with so many children, fingerprinting, drug screening, background checks, whole night. I'm not having a quiet on the set, on my set. Victor and I, we have a deep love for children, and that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, definitely. That's very important to us, making sure that they're safe, and their environment around them is safe. And if we have to spend a little bit extra money to make that happen, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, that's going to give us a good name, and if in the future we decide to do another kids film, people are going to say we can work with them. They great people. Our kids were safe, and the reviews are going to be awesome. So that's what we want. We want to start with a good track, in this production, and just have people trust us. That we can make this happen. We can do this job. We're just looking for the funds to make it happen, and that's the hardest part of putting this together. It's not the budget, it's not putting the numbers together. It's not putting the cast together. It's not putting everything you need together. It's actually getting the funds.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
That's the hardest part, is getting the money. Yeah. Yep. I called him one day and I was like, hey, bouncy house. And he said, bouncy house? What are you going to do with the bouncy house? And because I was thinking about it, and I was like, we have to entertain these kids on top of it. So there is just so much to consider. And it's like, I was talking to somebody one day, rubber boots, we're in the woods, there's snakes, and so like Victor said, it's bringing it all together and getting the money. That is the hard part. We've got the crew that's ready. We've got actors that are ready. The only people we haven't really cast are the children. And that's because if it takes us a year or two to get the money, children grow and change really quick. I can't cast a 9-year-old and then a year or two later expect them to be the same 9. And that just breaks their heart. They're like, sorry, you're too old. I know you're only 10, but you've aged, so it's going to be a lot of fun. They're
Yeah.
really going to have a good time with it. And, it's not necessarily, I mean, of course, there's learning lessons in it. There's learning lessons in every film that you watch, about who we are as people and how we navigate life and grief and trust and friendships and trying to teach them how to be adventurous and be Goonies like we were when we were kids. But it's like Goosebumps. It's just for you to just have a good time and just enjoy it.
Right.
We're not preaching at you. Just have fun. Be a kid. Put your phone down. Be a kid.
Yeah. So we're working on putting a campaign together. With the with like an Indiegogo perks and stuff like that, and that sort of stuff,
Mhm.
to help raise funds for this film. So any donations is welcome. I believe Denise is going to have a page where people can go and donate. Any
Mhm.
donation is it's it works. Any little bit works. Um, and so that's we're going to put up a page where people can come in and donate to help us build this money to put this film together. There's going to be some perks that Denise is working on,
Mhm.
to also offer people opportunities, to either be a part of this or get their business or whatever it is promoted on our film, maybe at the end of the film or maybe at the beginning. We haven't decided where. Um, but if you're a business owner and you're new and you want your business promoted in this film, we will have that opportunity to put your business logo or name or whatever it is on our film at the end or maybe at the beginning. Decide, it depends on where Denise wants to place it. But I think it's a good idea for newcomers that are coming in, opening up business, t-shirts, whatever it is, t-shirts, hats, whatever you do, and you want to promote your business in our film. There will be opportunities for that
That's
as
The
well.
great.
production team as a whole has really come up with some good ideas. So now it's just getting the time together to get everything set up in order to start it. And Victor's had some phenomenal ideas as well. I mean, we've got a really good team.
I am the brain.
That's
There you
Yes,
awesome,
you
go.
awesome.
are.
Well, we
No,
actually have a question from Christina. So, are there any grants in your area to help you get started on the movie?
yeah. Well, I spoke to Denise about it because a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, Nicole Vegas. She's one of my best friends, like Denise, and she's been in my ear, helping me through this, and so she told me about it, and I ran it through Denise about grants. So yeah,
Yeah,
we are, we
we,
definitely.
yep, we have looked them up, and that's where we found one program called From the Heart Productions that really helps to set you up production wise to be successful. And then they are a nonprofit, and so when you go to do donations, and you'll see it whenever I get the website set up and all that, to where you can do a tax deduction. Um, as far as the actual grants, there's hi buddy, specific times when you can apply, and yeah, this is Jinx. Um,
Aw.
he's my buddy. He's been with me a long time. Um, but they're set up for just certain states, or you have to qualify to the T for some of these grants. And
Mhm.
so as I come across them, we will sit down and we will start applying for them as well. Um, the grant world is it's really hard. What we are really hitting for is product placement. We have a lot of product placement ideas, and that, like
Jeep.
scenes that have pizza in it. Go ahead, Victor.
No, go ahead. I was going to just say Jeep pizza. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jeep,
Mhm.
different pizza, like, so we're in Missouri.
Mhm.
Emo's Pizza is from Missouri. We would love to incorporate Emo's Pizza, so we put, their product within the film to where it's organic and it doesn't seem forced. And it's free advertisement for them, and they pay us
Mhm.
for 2 minutes of advertisement time throughout the whole film.
Right.
And that goes towards your budget, towards paying your people and everything that you need. And we actually have it set up to where there's like 7 or 8 different companies that would really very organically fit in, and it would be almost seamless. And you would never necessarily realize that they paid for that, you know?
Yeah.
Because we can't just use, say, like a t-shirt, if it says North Face, we can't use that. If you can see that logo and we don't have a product placement deal, we are not allowed to legally use it and can be sued.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you guys plan on doing or attending any film festivals to get the word out? It helps build your reputation and make people aware of the upcoming events that you guys are going to be doing.
I do have friends of mine that do film festivals. I got one in Virginia, a very good friend of mine. I did a couple films with him, and he said, when you're ready, let me know. I can put your film in my film festival. So once that's ready, once we're ready to go, I'll reach out to some of my connections and have that placed in those locations. So yeah, we're pretty much set. I know a lot of people, and I told Denise, I said, don't worry, wherever you're lacking, I'm sure one of my people will pick up for us. And that's what's been happening. And I'm grateful for all the people that I know that are willing to help me, or even lead me to the right people to get these things going on. And so that's not a problem at this point.
Yeah.
Our problem
we've got a whole plan.
Yeah, we ready to rock and roll. Like we're on hold. What got us holding is the budget.
The budget, yeah.
That's it. Once that door opens and cracks open, we up and running. We're gone. And so
we have one producer working on product placement. Victor works on marketing, and I do all the introverted stuff.
Right. So at this point, we're just really looking for help for people that will want to help us, put this film together as far as budget wise, and will help donate, or they know anyone that will like to invest in this film. That's where we are, and this is why I asked Victoria, did she would she have us on a show to help promote what we're doing on the shows, because you just never know who might want to really help.
Right.
And this is a great film, and so you invest, depending on what you're investing, depending on how much you're trying to put down, then that's something you can talk with Denise about, and maybe get a return or a back end. That's something that you would have to negotiate with Denise. But I think that people will be happy when this film comes out, because it's just, it's just well put together. And if you read the script in your mind, you're like, man, you can see it. But when you're looking at it from your sofa, your couch, and you're looking in the TV, you're gonna be like, wow, this is so awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that investors, a lot of times, they don't read the script. They read numbers. Their accountants read numbers, and so for a lot of investors, it doesn't come down to the ability of storytelling, even though it's a really, really, really great story. And I really think Victor's right, and I don't say that because I wrote it. There's a lot of things I tell Victor, I don't like this. I hate it. He's like, why do you hate it? I said, it's stupid. He's like, it's not stupid. It's good. So it's getting them to believe in you as a creator, and believe in us as a team. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. It really is. I'd really like to get a deal with Goosebumps and show a little glimpse of Goosebumps throughout.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. Victoria's read the script.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So what do you think about it? You read it. What do you think?
It's absolutely amazing. Like, I didn't know what to expect when Denise sent it to me, but it's amazing. It's kind of like it's a suspense as well. So yeah, I think you'll do very, very well. I really do.
Mhm.
I do. And the
Yeah.
good thing is, that Victor, we know a lot of paranormal groups as well. So from the paranormal side, we definitely could put it out there as well.
Right.
Because the the paranormal family will definitely be interested in this as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's a lot of them, and there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of. I know a lot of people. Victoria knows a lot of people.
Yep.
Laura, I'm sure. And this is what this is about today.
Mm-hmm.
Us coming out here and talking about this and hoping that this can spread. Either through Laura, through you, through other podcasts. Shane, Sean wants
Mm-hmm.
us on the show. I got Mike Wagner that wants us on the show. I got Donnie Hall. That's another show that's going to have us there. So I'm setting up other shows for us to come
Mm-hmm.
on there and promote this as much as we can,
Absolutely.
and see what results we can get out of it. So I always try to think. I always try to have plan B. I told Denise that. I said, well, we go to plan B. She be like, what do you mean plan B? I said, don't worry about it. We go to plan B.
Always have it. Well, yeah, we'll
You
have to
know,
set up a time so I can have you guys on my program as well.
Yep.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
also, I'll get some information and stuff from you so that I can also put a story and an advertisement in the magazine that I put out online for everybody.
good. That's all.
My original plan A, was to have the website and everything going. Because, I think
Mm-hmm.
that when I tackle something, I got this, I can do this. And then 3 weeks later, I'm like, I'm going to throw this computer up against the wall. I had everything done, and then I deleted it all. So the plan A was to have everything ready to go prior to, especially this podcast here.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, Victor has a plan B, which is do it, and while you're doing that, okay, Victor, that's what I'm doing. So yeah,
Right. So yeah,
thank
and,
God
and
for Victor. He keeps me sane.
right. So and I just want to tell the people in the audience that are watching that, you know, there will be opportunities, in
Mhm.
the future for people to be a part of a project, you know, um, because I always believe in Denise's. This is why we're good friends. We always believe in opportunities for people, right? And
Mhm.
I'm that type of guy. I like to give people opportunities and see where you're good at, and because for me, I wanted to be an actor since I was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I never got the opportunity to because I was also doing music. So when the music didn't work for me, I said, man, I got to get into acting. And a door opened for me. And when that door opened for me, things just started coming to me. And, so I want to be able to give someone else that dream to be a part of a great project, to be around great people, I went to did my Desert Fiends and I was doing movies with actors that I grew up watching and admired and loved.
Wow.
Tom Arnold was one of the people that I grew up watching,
Mm-hmm.
comedian. And to actually go to Desert Fiends to Las Vegas and do a film with him side by side was amazing. It blew my mind.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I felt like a baby again. I was like, man, it brought me back to the 80s. Like, man, I used to watch this guy do standing comedy and watching
Mm-hmm.
him, do movies with Steven Seagals and DMX, and here I am today, side by side, doing a film with him,
Yeah.
and I can't express to you that feeling because you have to process that yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
But to go there and do that was amazing, and not just meet him, but I met so many celebrities that I grew up watching, and we was all in one film, and I was there with like 7 celebrities that I grew up watching, and to be there with them and to put up an amazing project together and have fun, and know more about the business. It was phenomenal.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
I
And
want
Living
right.
the
So I want
dream.
Right. So I want to be able to offer that to people, in the future, depending on where we go with our films and you
Mm-hmm.
know, and the people that we bring in to to a project because Victoria, she never did it, and she stepped up, and I connected her, and bam, she got it with Denise.
And then I've been there ever since.
Right. So it's yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and we extend that to our crew as well as our cast.
Mhm.
That there's different programs down towards St. Louis to where we can offer apprenticeships to people who want to come on and learn, how to operate the cameras and everything, lighting and sound behind the scenes. We all have our dreams, and that is definitely, like Victor said, one thing that we're huge on is, you know, we're not a door that you have to beat down. If you want an opportunity and you show us that you're honest and you're dependable,
Mhm.
and we'll make room for you. It may not be this film,
Mhm.
it might be the next, but we're going to do what we can to help make your dreams come true.
That's wonderful.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
the only way to be.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of us didn't have that opportunity when we were younger,
Mhm.
so that's
Exactly.
great.
Right.
I sure didn't.
Exactly.
So that's exactly why I love working with Denise because she's that type of person. She's just we got the same heart. We just in different bodies,
Mhm.
right? And I know what it is when you want to be a part of something and they close the door in your face because they either say you're not good enough or you just don't belong here.
Mm,
Um,
No,
I've been through
it's really good.
I've been through those situations, and I don't want to be that person to someone else.
right.
Um, I will want to give them the opportunity as much as I can. If it's something that's not for them, at least they can say, "Well, I tried. It wasn't because Denise and I shut the door and said, no, you're not welcome here." Um,
Right.
and probably lose out on a phenomenal actor. We don't know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But giving them an opportunity to see what they're all about, and maybe say, "Well, you know what, you did okay. Maybe you need to go take a class."
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
come back.
they also have to show the hard work and the dedication
Yeah.
to it. Just because we give you an opportunity, you're going to have to be
Work.
dedicated to your
Yeah,
craft.
you got to work. It's not a free ride.
No,
Yeah.
ma'am.
You
No,
got to bring
ma'am.
your A game. Bring your A
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
It's not easy. Acting. People think it's easy. It's not. I've done a couple films, and every time I go in front of the camera, I feel like it's my first time.
Oh yeah, it's
I'm
the
always
fright.
yeah. You get your butterflies,
Yeah,
and it's because you want to do great.
yeah,
You don't want to um leave your production team down with you know with no good acting. You want to bring your best game, so you're always going to have that nervousness in you, but it also brings the best out of you.
yeah,
If you do your homework, if you read your script, you know and you memorize it, then I don't see you having a problem when it's time to rock and roll in front of the camera. um but it is scary at times. Some people can be mean. You go to sets where some people are mean, because they have more experience than you do,
right.
and you sit there, you be like, man, am I going to pull this off? He was great, or she was phenomenal, like holy craps, like now it's my turn.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It's a yeah. I can't wait. I'm like on my tip of my toes right now.
It's
I can't
exciting.
absolutely. I
I
can't.
can't wait.
But Victor, I have to ask you. So you have been, acting in films. How is it like being on the other side and actually producing?
um Well, I got my own podcast, so I've always been behind the camera here.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a little bit of it. I don't know a lot of it. I know how to shoot at angles. And if I'm looking for a shot, I know what shot I want and how to get it. But it's very interesting. It's a lot of things that you need to learn because you don't know it all. We don't know it all, and it's a lot of stuff that you need to learn. So for me, it feels great because I want to be able to know all the angles so that I can help in all angles. If somebody has problem with the camera, I can go and say, what's the problem? I can help. If someone needs help producing, I know how to produce. I can help them produce. If a director, if the director doing whatever, I can be a co-director and help them direct. you know. So that's the part that I love about being behind the camera, is to be able to work with people behind the camera, and look what certain angles to look for, and
Mhm.
how it really works behind uh the scene to make a film happen.
So yeah, it is a lot of work. Actually,
Mhm.
we've got a one of guy in our chat there, Ghost Quest, just finished up a documentary that he did on an investigation, and it was amazing. And I believe it took him a couple of years to finally get it finished. So we were
It's
watching
all about
him.
money now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we were watching him, do his process because he was doing it on his channel so that we could watch to see how the process goes. And
Mhm.
so it's a lot of work. It's amazing. And I know that now he's just waiting to see how it's going to perform out in the public. So I know you guys are going to be going through the same thing,
Yeah.
where you're putting your heart and soul into a story that you have a vision for, and it just takes forever. And then when it
Mhm.
happens, it'll explode. It really will.
Yeah. I think the scariest part of it all is when it's done, and when you're gonna actually do the premiere.
Mhm.
That you as the producer or director, you're gonna sit in the back of the line and just see the audience react to your
Right.
project.
Right.
I think that's the scariest part for me, to see the reaction. Are they gonna like it? Are they gonna be like, "Oh no, it was on"?
Right.
That's probably the
Right.
most nerve wracking part of the film. You know, so you know, I think that we have something solid. I believe that we have a great story, and the kids are gonna love it. The moms are gonna love it. And it's a film it's not just gonna bring in the kids and their moms. It's gonna bring in the fathers, the grandmothers, their aunts. It's that type of film where it's gonna be a family
Family
film. It's not
based.
just gonna be
Mhm.
me and my
Yeah.
girlfriend watching this film, or me and my son. It's gonna be me, my son, my wife, my grandma, my mom.
That's
So
right. Yep.
so
And what's really cool is that we have Sandy Johnson from the original 1978 Halloween,
I
who's going,
know.
who's going to be playing a role in it, and I am so super excited.
That's
Wow, that's
amazing.
great.
That's
she's a,
amazing.
she's a phenomenal woman.
She is such a sweetheart, yeah. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I think having her in it is really, I mean, to me, it really makes it special because here is one of the original, I want to say, queens of horror,
yes,
Mhm.
Right.
who's going
Right.
yes,
to be helping us
yeah,
to open a new generation to a thriller and a suspense film. And
right.
who better than to do that, you
Big
know?
shout out to
Exactly.
big shout out to Sandy Johnson. I love you wherever
Yes.
you at.
Mwah, love you, girl.
And that's funny she said that, because she was like, "Oh, I gotta find a lead role, whatever." And I said, "I got somebody for you." I said, "Let me reach out to her, and if she accepts, I'm gonna connect you guys, and then you do what you do."
And then when I found out who it was, I was like, what? I'm so
Yeah,
excited, yeah.
yeah. Because
Incredible.
like I said, I know a lot of people, and I don't really talk about it, but
Mhm.
um, when it's needed, I reach out, and she was needed, and so
Well,
I'm in
she's
the
going to be
community.
perfect for it. She's
Yeah,
going to be perfect for it.
she
And I'm
is.
actually trying to look at expanding the role a little bit too. So,
Yeah, yeah. And the fact, that I know people that know people,
Mhm.
so if I need a certain celebrity, I can reach out to certain people to reach out to that person and say, "Hey, I got a friend of mine that got a project, and they want you to think you play a good part." And that's how I connect to celebrities. Um, and
And that's how it works, though. I
yeah,
mean, everybody needs to know that that's how that works.
yeah, but Laura, it takes time to get to that position,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
and
does.
not everybody is gonna co-sign for you if you're
Yeah,
not a solid person.
yeah.
So for me, it's I've been blessed to know so many great people in the industry, that I've connected with the right people to be able to say to certain of my friends, say, "Hey, I got this project going. I'm looking for this actor. If it's possible that you can reach out to this person and kind of conversate and see if they're interested. If so, can you make the connection? And
Right.
you know, and it happens. And you know, that comes a long way with me as being who I am as an individual, with how I treat people or how I talk to people, you know, and the friendship that I build, the bond that I build with people to be able to do such thing. So because you know, I've done movies with celebrities, but I don't know them personally, you know,
Right.
like I'm
Mhm.
talking to you guys, but I've been on set with them. But I got the people that I know that are friends with me that know them directly, you know,
Right.
and so that's how I motivate. That's how I move.
That's how it
And
helps. Yep.
I told you
right,
he's an extroverted king. He's very, very good at what he does.
you know,
Very good.
You gotta work it.
you have to, you know, and another thing I want to say, because people be like, man, Victor, how do you do it? How do you connect? I get out of my comfort zone, right? If you want to connect, you got to be able
Mhm.
to take you got to have to sacrifice sometimes, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. You got to go a place. You got to fly a place. You got to get into, um, you know, shows. You got to go to shows. You got to go to events, and that's how you connect with people and you can communicate. You collaborate. You introduce yourself. You introduce your business, what you're doing, and if people take a like on you, then you know then that's how you connect. So for me, like I go to California, you know, I don't go there a lot, but when I do go, everybody knows who I am in Cali. Well, not everybody, but the
Mhm.
people that I surround me know who I am. And through there, I connect with big celebrities. I'll go to the red carpet, you know, and I never been to a red carpet like that in my life, and it was phenomenal. And I am connected to the person in charge of all that. She called me the other day. She wanted me to go back to March, right? And she has so many people that are coming. Over 1,000 people are coming to this red carpet event, right? And so many celebrities are coming. That's the place we need to be, right?
Right.
Because that's the place where you're going to connect. That's the place where the celebrities that you might want to be in your film are going to be in. And if you make that connection and they like you, they might say, you know what? Yeah, send me the script.
There you
Let me
go.
go over it, and I'll give you an answer by then. You know, so that's why I move the way I do, because it helps me. It helps Denise, you know, and it might help someone in the future that I might want to work with, and they might need help. And I said, well, I can probably get this person for you through, you know, a friend or whatever. So that's one thing I wanted to say too, that, you know, you have to be able to leave your comfort zone, because things don't come on your lap. You got to go out there and put in the work. And I've done that. You know, that's why you see on my show all these people that I bring on my show, from celebrity to boxers to celebrity boxers, because I go out there and I put in the work.
And he's a genuine person with a good heart. And
Mhm.
that's what I tell everybody when they're like, well, who is Victor? It's Victor is Victor.
Hmm.
And he's one of the best people that you will ever meet in your life.
And Victor knows a
With a good and
lot
true
of
heart.
people. He
Hmm.
knows a lot of people. One of the comments, one of the viewers, go outside, touch grass, asked if you knew Paul Walker.
I don't
Um,
I don't know him personally. Who I did know was um good friend of mine,
Oop.
and I want to promote show her book, is Shauna Gibson. Shauna Gibson, she passed away. May she rest in peace. She is the sister of Tyrese Gibson that played with Paul Walker in Fast and the Furious. So I was close. You know,
You were
um,
close.
I was close.
Yeah,
It was just a
it's
matter of
sad
time.
what happened with him. Very sad what happened with him.
Yes. So
It hurt my heart.
right. So you know, I'm always close to celebrities. You know,
mhm.
and it's just a matter of me knowing one person that can connect to the other person for me to meet someone. Um, and that's because, again, I sacrifice myself to put myself in certain places to be able to have that type of pull, to be able to reach out to someone if I need them, or, you know, bring them on my show. Um, and that's how I do my thing, and that's why a lot of people in California, Vegas know me, and certain states know who I am because I place myself in those places.
Yeah.
And like you said previously on your show as well, you have to get yourself out there and do the work.
You have to,
So
you have
Yeah.
to. That's like when
Yes.
you took me out, Victor. If I wouldn't have went with you, I wouldn't have
mhm,
placed myself into that world, right?
mhm, yeah.
So I had to take that chance, that sacrifice to go there to meet you, to be able to have my first investigation ever, right? Or it would have never happened, and I
Mhm.
would have
He
never
was so
met you in
excited.
person,
Right.
right?
So
Yeah.
excited.
So that's it's. I know it's easy to say, but you know, and I know that sometimes financial, money's tight for certain people. But if you can ride to a place where you can go to an event, go there, take your business card,
Say
present
hi.
yourself, yeah, present yourself, and make the connections, because you don't know who you meet till you meet them.
Yeah.
You know, and certain places you go to, I go to Hollywood, I meet people I don't even know who they are, right? And then somebody walk up to me and be like, "Do you know who that person was?" I'll be like, "Have no idea." It's just a person in a nice suit. Okay,
You're gonna
but
find out.
we all got nice suits here, so I don't know. They're like, "That was such and such from such and such." I'll be like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that." So you just don't know who you're gonna meet, you
Right.
know, and so if you can, and you want to move your podcast forward, and you want to connect with people, whatever project you have to take those sacrifices.
That is very
Absolutely.
true.
Absolutely. Jimmy actually has a question for you, Victor. Um, he wants to know if you would be interested on checking his documentary and maybe getting it to the right people.
I
We
mean,
can hook him up with some different
It,
distribution companies.
it's a
Not
wonderful
hook him up,
documentary. It
but
really is.
there are a couple places that we have checked out as far as distribution, and we would. Sorry, Victor, I didn't mean. I know
no,
the
no, go
question was
ahead, go
for
ahead.
you.
You're the boss on that.
I've got a couple of places saved on my computer, and I can shoot him the websites.
That'd be
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
just have
great.
him hook
It's,
up with
yeah,
us.
definitely. If you guys even just have a moment to even check it out, it's
I need
definitely.
to check it out as well.
He did a great job. I mean, it
Yeah.
brought me to tears. It was
Really,
just, oh yes,
and
And
that's
I
the
can do
thing.
a little bit more checking because documentaries are a completely different world than feature films.
Exactly.
so
I
yeah,
was just
just
about to say that. That's totally different from what we do, but I get it, and that's another reason why, you know, Denise and I um want to do this so bad, because people like this gentleman here that has a documentary that's talented, nobody knows who he is, right? So in the future there could be a spot, maybe we can't find someone that's good at camera, and he comes along, we can reach out to say, "Hey, you did a great job on your documentary, or you did a great editing, we're looking for an editor, we're looking."
And there, yeah, yeah,
Right.
there are a lot of grants out there. There's more grants out there for documentary filmmakers
Hmm.
than there are for feature films.
Yes.
There are a ton. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Victor.
No, that's fine, I'm used to it. um
Knock you out. I'm
he
gonna knock you out.
is.
I like jabbing her, because you see, you guys don't know
Aye,
how
aye,
me and her
aye.
talk. she
I
she
can
We
only
don't just text
imagine.
messages.
I
Can
text
only
her, yeah,
imagine.
she be killing me.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's kind of why we work so well, I think. I mean, we're a
Yeah.
lot of like in character. In personality, we're a little bit different. You know, he's happy-go-lucky, schmoozer, Mr. Suave. I'm still going to get him. I'm going to get him a red wig or something. I got to see it now.
Red. Oh my
Um,
god.
to where I
From
am a more serious type personality.
Yeah,
So he does all that fun stuff, and I deal with the business end of it, and it
yeah,
just works out really, really, really well.
right. Not that I'm
and
not
makes it a
business,
big friendship.
not that I'm not business smart. I am, but
He
Denise,
is. He is.
I'm more people like. You know what I mean? I like to
Mhm.
deal with people and energy and stuff. Denise is more laid back. You know, kind of like okay. I gotta poke her to make her laugh. Okay, you know,
Gotta
but it's
loosen
mixed
her
with
up.
I laugh. I just, we just, it's just a different personality. That's all that it is.
right.
You know,
Hmm.
but he
Yeah.
does make me laugh a lot.
Hmm.
He does.
I do. It's good for the soul. You know, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's probably not, is there a estimated timeline when you guys want to start filming, or it all depends on the funding, etc.?
We want to start next fall.
Okay.
There is a couple of communities here in Missouri, so our tax incentives are all based towards economic development out here. So we go into the more rural areas to film to help bring money into those areas. And we're wanting to film hopefully late summer, early fall next year because we have to use a school.
Oh, that's
If
true.
if we could do that during the summer, the indoor school, that would be great instead of working around school schedules and event schedules. But we'll do what we have to do.
Hmm.
The time of year is set in the fall around Halloween,
Hmm.
so the outside shots have to be filmed during that time of year. And doing it all in front of a green screen is going to triple the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm.
so that's what we're hoping for. If we can get the money by then, we're looking at different locations that we could do. We can lock those in as soon as we have the money, get the contracts out, get people paid, and start production. We've got you actually have to file an LLC for your film. And then there's just, so all of that is pretty much done. Um, the film is pretty much registered with the state. It's just as soon as we get the money, we're ready to get things moving. And we would have filming done probably within a 3-month time period. Because since they're kids and we're
Hmm.
working to keep it lower budget, we're working around people's schedules. We're not doing a
Right.
continuous filming block because we're using more people within the indie world because they deserve to have their names up there. They deserve to work on a production where they're going to make a fair salary and not breadcrumbs. Um, and so we're working around school schedules, we're working around work schedules, we're working around custody schedules, and then we have to have time to get the teachers in and the nurses and all that. But as soon as we get the money, we can lock it in and we'll be ready to go within a few months.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. And by
Hmm.
the way,
Mhm.
I have a green screen if we need one.
Yeah.
It's brand new. I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh,
I
you're
got
going to open it because we're going to use it. Just,
okay.
we'll find a reason to use it.
Okay. I got the lights and everything that comes with it. I just haven't never used it. Haven't I don't have the studio anymore, so I don't need this green screen. But it's there. It's brand still in the box.
See, he's got all the
Nice.
bases covered.
Oh, there we go.
I, you know,
Well,
you know,
He's on
God
his
put
there's,
game.
yeah, God
there's
put
a
stuff
whole bunch
in.
of places around here that I'm keeping an eye out going, that'd be a nice piece of property to have to build some studios on. So that's the long-term goal is Missouri's really trying to open up the production world for
Hmm.
them. And that's something I would really love to do is open up our own space with studios and stuff on it.
Yeah, and that's great. When I shot my second, third, fourth, I don't even know what film was, but out in Baltimore, Maryland, the director took us to this location where it was like a big warehouse, right? It was a big warehouse, and inside you go in, it had a big space, right? Like for like a space where you can have like a ballroom, you know what I'm saying? And then behind it, it had little rooms, and each room was set up different. One room was set up as a judge, like when you go inside.
Courtroom.
with the chairs and the decks, and and then the other room had a cell with two beds, like, you know what I mean? Then another
Mhm.
room was just like a regular bedroom. Another one had a kitchen, a living room in it.
That's
So
great.
yes, it was all in the same facility.
Yeah.
So
And
it was
there's some that you can even have thunderstorms in. I
yes,
mean, it's
it was
amazing.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was so I said, man, we don't gotta go nowhere. He's like,
Yeah,
yep.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, nowhere, man. Everything was right there. He said, if you want to film, a scene like in the kitchen with, with the living room with the couch, it had it. It was all set up and all furnitured out, to shoot like in the living room. Then if you wanted to shoot like if I was inside of a cell, with bunk beds, they had it right there. And right next to it, right next to the cell, there was another room, set up different.
Mm-hmm.
So
Brilliant.
yeah, it was very brilliant. So I was like, man, this is a great thing to have.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm,
Absolutely.
mhm. Yeah.
That's great. It just, again, I can't wait. Absolutely. And everything will come together. Guarantee
It'll
we
all
will.
happen as it's supposed to, and
Yeah.
we'll get somebody that's like, man, I remember what it's like to dream as a kid and have
Mm-hmm.
movies and have adventures. And kids nowadays, one, it's hard for them to do just because of the way society is. Um, there's so many just people that are not nice. Um, but to bring back that thrill of exploration and just kids being kids again is, and that'll attract them.
Right.
And they'll be like, yeah, let's
You
bring
hope.
that back. Let's be Goonies again.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
a Goonie. That has always been one
Oh,
of my favorite.
Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Janice,
And
I was
what
thinking about something. Oh, sorry. Tomb Raider, something like Tomb Raider. I had something in my mind going, something
all
like
right,
that.
well, we're gonna have to sit down and talk then
Yeah.
because you know who I am and I'm looking into gargoyles too.
Okay.
So
Yes. Yeah, we spoke
we
about that.
have
Me and Denise.
we'll
Love
Hey.
never
all
get
that
off the
stuff.
phone. Yeah.
I love all that stuff. Oh my God.
But
I
my
can
Denise.
throw
first priority
I can throw
after this gets
the
started
to
is to
you
get that
afterwards.
one with Victor done. So
Yes.
we can get it moving.
Absolutely. And I can't wait for that either.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what can everybody do to help you guys out?
Well, you can go to our Facebook page, Vampires Vendetta. Um, as soon as I get the website up, there'll be a link to it. I'm going to try to do a donation thing there. We're going to have a little store. And then on it, I will have it posted, all of our podcasts. And I apologize, Victoria, I did not get it right. I got in last night, and there's just been one thing after another since I got in last night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, beginning in March, my time will free up a little bit in the evenings. I'm not going to be traveling for work. But on there, as soon as the fundraisers hit, you're going to know it. We're going to have, for this first round of fundraising, we're going to have, if you want a producer credit, we're going to have packages for producer credits. If you want to enter a really neat contest that we're going to have, to where people that are artists, drawing and stuff like that, will have the opportunity to enter that. Um, the second one, we're going to open up for a couple of acting roles,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, there's really, it's going to be geared more towards, these perks are going to be geared more towards the production side because that's what we're working on. You want to get in on the production, you want your logo or your business or something, or say you make t-shirts and you're a new business owner. Um, you want that in our teaser, we can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we don't have it written in, we can find a creative way to write it in, you
Yeah.
know. So as soon as that hits, we're going to sell coffee cups, t-shirts, hats, and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So, and like, here's my example that I got.
That's
I
awesome. I
love
like
this cup.
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Posters. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I just got that in, and the printing is really, really, really nice on it. It was my sample. But yeah, we're going to have all kinds of things.
To help raise money to start getting this teaser going. But
Exactly.
donations are always welcome, and we'll
Yep.
appreciate every little bit of help that we get. And we promise you that what we're going to bring out is going to be phenomenal for you and your family. And not just that, but future projects, you will probably get opportunities to be a part of any of our projects. Like my project is a big project. You know, there's a lot of people involved in my project. So there's always going to be room for people to be a part of, get some perks and be a part of it.
And then once we move on, we're going to have our own website just for our production company.
Yes.
And hey, I'll have experience then in creating a website. It won't take me 5 years.
Right.
And then all of that will come up as well. But as of now, just pay attention to the Facebook page, Vampires Vendetta. And we will post everything as we can.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to be a little slow until the
Fantastic.
beginning of March just because of traveling for work. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for Victor and Victoria to come down.
I know.
Lauren, if you want to come, girl, come on down. Let's have a blast. Let's roast some marshmallows in the woods with our rubber boots. And a bouncy house. We're gonna have a bouncy house.
Yeah, I ain't bouncing in no house. Okay.
It'll be a size bouncy house. It'll be fun.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! Imagine me bouncing off the house, my wig fall off.
Yeah.
Looking for my red wig. Looking for my red wig. Where's my red wig?
God. Oh my God, that's crazy.
I look to the side. It's on Laura's head. Laura, can I get back? Give me back my wig.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yeah,
I love you, Victor. I love you, Beth.
I can't wait. So everybody, please stay tuned. Again, go on the Facebook website, Vampires Vendetta. You want to make sure you stay in tune to see what's going on. And I definitely, if everybody wants to connect on Central Mass Happy Hour Paranormal Facebook as well, I will have updates as well.
I do have a section for you on our web page that I actually got last night with a link right to your page for you.
Guys, I tell you, I have a little role in it as well, so I will be in it as well. Yes, which I'm really excited about. So thank you so much, Victor and Denise, for being on.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will definitely share it out.
Yes, very exciting.
And we will see you backstage in a little bit.
Okay. So one more thing. Anyone that wants to help us out with having us on your show to help promote us, I'll appreciate it. You can reach Victoria and let her know, and we'll happily be willing to come on your show to help promote.
Definitely. Yeah. And feel free, anybody that wants to reach out to me on either page, my personal one or Central Mass, feel free to. Absolutely. Because we're here to all support each other.
Amen.
And that's what we want to do. So we'll see you shortly. Take care.
Bye, ladies.
That was great, wasn't it?
Fantastic. It was an education.
I'm so excited.
It is exciting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, we have to get the word out there and share it out, and hopefully that help them raise the money that they need for their budget so that the cameras will start rolling.
Yeah, definitely. And again, feel free to watch their Facebook page to stay in tuned. And again, anybody that wants to reach out to me, feel free. If you want to have them on your podcast, feel free to reach out to me as well, and I'll connect you to them. But yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Laura, any plans? I know you have. What's your agenda for the next coming week or so?
Oh, let's see. Who do I've got coming up? I'm going to be interviewing 2-Ply Paranormal.
Nice.
Cheza's coming up this coming Wednesday.
Nice.
So Cheza Doodle, we're going to enjoy a little bit of UK fun with her. Still accepting submissions for the magazine guys. So if you want to send them in, I got to have them by the 25th. And also, it could be personal stories, paranormal, artwork. You want me to put in an advertisement for something, anything and all. I'll take it all. That's help fill those pages, guys.
Absolutely. And Laura's going to be co-hosting with me for the month of March, maybe the end of February as well.
I'm ready.
So she'll
ready
be
to
on
roll
with me as well.
So yeah, you get to see more of my puss.
It's a beautiful puss.
Uh,
So everybody, thank you so much for joining. And then the next time you'll see me is on the 22nd. I actually have on Shane and Angie from Outer Realms Paranormal. So that's going to be a great show.
nice.
So stay tuned, stay spooky and safe, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.